One, how do you assess yesterday's performance? And two, what are some of the lessons you guys can take from that and apply here tonight?
Yeah, obviously not our best effort. I thought Dallas played a heck of a game. They were solid all the way through. Didn't give up many chances. We just didn't match the level of compete that we needed to. And obviously for us tonight, we got to up our intensity and our work level. I think this Arizona team's been on a bit of a roll, and they work hard, and you got to work with them.
Your head coach has talked about chasing the game a little bit too much in the last couple of weeks. Sometimes you guys have been able to do it, other times not. In this league, can you talk about the difference between chasing the game and being up ahead on the scoreboard and being able to play your game?
This is a tough league, obviously, and you can't chase the game most nights. That's not a recipe for success, and we've been doing that a little bit too much on the road here. So obviously, we need to find a way to get up to a good start, and playing with the lead would be nice, but we're comfortable coming from behind. But again, we want to play with the lead.
Your team is 7-0 when scoring first this season, 6-5, which is still very good, but not as close as 7-0 when scoring first. What is the solution to getting off to a better start here?
Well, it's a good question. I didn't think our start was necessarily that bad last night. They just found a way to get a power play and get a goal. That's just something as simple as that. Just find a way to get yourself on the board, and obviously easier said than done some nights. But that first goal obviously is important for us. But it's not the end of the world if we don't get it. But obviously it's nice to play with the lead, like I said.
The three guys on your left-hand side on defense from last week are all out with the injury. Can you talk about the adversity that your team is facing, especially losing a guy like Duncan Keith on the back end?
Yeah, obviously we're missing some big guys back there. Obviously we're missing Nursey and Dunk and Kooks. Those are all regulars, and we got three guys in there that we're very confident in. Obviously Broby stepped up, and he's stepped in and played very well his first two. Rusty's obviously a guy that has played a long time in this league, and is just a solid guy and brings it every night. And Leggy's had his experience as well, and going to need to step in and play a solid game for us tonight.
Can you talk about Filip Forsberg a little bit? What elements of the game has he been able to touch? I know Dave Tippett just talked about his composure and poise, and that's kind of exceeded his expectation. What have you seen from 86?
Yeah, he's played great. You never really know what you're going to get from a young D-man like that, but obviously he's a big man, and skates so well, and he's good with the puck. So those are some pretty good attributes to have, and he's using those to his best of his abilities, and he stepped in and he's been comfortable. He's looked like an NHL D-man.
Another young guy who skates well is Ryan McLeod. He has 3 goals in his last 5 games. What can you say about his contribution since being called up?
Yeah, he's been good. He skates well. Transports the puck through the middle. Does a lot of little things right that you usually don't see in a young player. So he's been good for us, and he's finding a way to score some goals, which we could really use.
Do you find that he's moving a little bit more north with the puck whenever he gets it on his stick, and not being a little bit more timid east and west? It's north, and that kind of pushes his pace along with your team's?
He skates well, like I said, and he's been playing with Folks and Cass, and those are the guys that want to get up the ice and forecheck and get moving north, like you mentioned. So I think that line's been good, and they've been finding a way to contribute.
You're coming off a loss. You have a little bit of a depleted lineup, especially on the back end. Can you talk about what adversity can do for a club? Maybe not in the moment, but in the long term?
I think going through a little adversity is good every now and then. We've gotten off to a good start. Haven't had too many injuries, so we haven't really faced it too much. But we've been kind of hovering around that 500 for a couple of weeks here, and like you said, mentioned a couple of key pieces on the back end, and a good time for our group to come together and get a big win on the road.
With Darnell Nurse, Duncan Keith, Mike Smith out of the lineup, how important is it for the rest of the leadership group to lead by example?
Yeah, we're missing some of that leadership group, so the other guys obviously need to step up when other guys are out, and but this group has been it's a talkative group, and everyone's saying all the right things, so I'm not too worried about that side of it.
What type of game do you expect tonight?
I think we'd expect a hard-working game. Arizona's a team that has didn't have a great start. They've kind of found their game here the last 4 or 5 games, and it's all work-based. So if you're not going to work hard against this team, you're going to find yourself behind.